Let's have a little look and see if my sheet is correct.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. It's your first time here. I'm the big fella Scruff, and sitting next to me is the wild wonder Wink. What are you looking at today? Well, actually, you're doing some work.
Don't look so surprised.
Surprised? I'm bloody astounded. Okay, sorry. This is a live trading channel, and what you see is what you get. And what we're looking at this moment in time is actually a short to the downside, obviously, of the DAX. So it's 11 a.m. Or it's 11 a.m. segment rather. Tell me to sell it. It's big trade, and it's ready to rock. Now I've already told the guys in the Discord what this is. If I drop this down, this is our Discord. We do have a bit of merriment, one thing and another. And I drop that buy sheet in there so they can see it before I go to market. And we have a merry old time of things in there all the time. And that's that. So let me just set this trade up and then I'll kind of talk you through it. Now it's coming into play pretty much as we speak. So I'm going to stage the order. Now what that means is I'm going to break it up into multiple order points. Let me just drop this in with stage targets. And I'll explain why I do this in just a second. I'm going to put an extra one in as well, just in case this bad boy wants to take a good run. Okay. Right. What I've done is I've put multiple small positions in, which are here. Now this is based on this structure point, and I'm looking at this sweep here. Now because it's on a key level, and that key level shows signs that it's holding, I'm looking at the last 5 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in them we can see that candle and that candle equal each other out, giving me a line through the center, and it's also roughly where this has been to before. So that's kind of the aggressive entry, if you like. If I was wanting to be safe, I would put it under here, but because the price is way up here, it has to come down to take me into the trade. All right. And then what I'm looking for is stage profit taking to the top of this cluster. Boom, 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 which is there. With a runner that will get to the bottom of the cluster, which is here. Now what I can also do is I can follow this price because there's still a lot of pressure to the upside. You can kind of see that. And it's collapsing a little bit. Right, if I step this back to 15 minutes, we can see what's happening. Well, we've had a colossal drop and it's now had pretty much a retracement or full retracement of that move. Okay. So let me draw a fib into this. Now you can see that move started approximately up there and it got down to here. Okay. Somebody at the door. There's somebody up the door. Obviously more parcels, but we shall find out. Anyway, again, stage down into this. So there's our ultimate target point. There's our maximum target point. So conservative, aggressive. and then just let it get on with it. So it's based on that move, these fibs, and a bounce off that area. Now I am prepared to stage it up to this point. So I'll just trail that up. Once it triggers in, I'll be happy. Then once it's triggered in, keep the targets roughly the same place, gets extra money. And if I need to, I'll add additional orders up to about here. Gets beyond there, probably going to be starting to get a bit tetchy. I'll have to rethink what I'm doing. Get out. So that's what I'm doing. Let me do the trade and I'll come back to you at the end. So that's it, guys. We stopped out. So what's the moral of this one? Well, it's kind of shown you that patience can pay off and that breaking a trade up and letting it self-manage can pay dividends. And what are those dividends? Well, let's have a little look. Got nothing running, no tickets, and there you go. So that's done pretty well. It's a shade over 400 quid for just holding my nerve. Now in it, you'll see, if I just flick this back, there's a cheeky 10 pip trade here. It's not one that was on my radar, but I'll show you where it came from. Because in the Discord, I'm constantly monitoring what the guys are doing and having a chat. And, well, they're actually all in the bar at the moment having a face-to-face chat with each other. But in Rogue Plus, Malk was asking about this chart, which happened to be the winning trade that you saw, pound New Zealand. And in it, as you can see, he was a little bit curious. So I broke the barrier down, Told him the key areas to watch. Put it into the buyer's sheet. Was telling me to sell it. Was telling me it was pretty good to go at the time. Because if we check the times that we're actually speaking, it's in and around that time. Showed him where the clue was. You know, because the candles will show the clues, where the triggers are, and then traded it. Simple stuff. So what's that got to do with anything? Well, that's me actually putting my money where my mouth is. It's all well and good to say something, but you should back it up. And that's what I do. And that's where the importance of these charts come from, because it's all in the moment. I tell the guys prior to what it is that I'm doing, they can see it in the buyer's sheet. It's just me being accountable, not a signal service. A lot of the time permitting, I'll make a video and not only sort of have it on the Discord, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to go short and etc. It's a good trade, bad trade. I'll break the trade down fully for them before I do it. These are the levels. These are the clue points. This is what I expect. And that's it. So trading, if I was to sum everything up, comes down to one thing. And I'm going to give a little salute to Duke because we had a good chat today. And part of that chat was patience of your trade. Now, you can look at the markets and you can have, say, a couple of baskets. In this case, I was looking at the pound and I was looking at the DAX. That's all that was really interesting me at the moment. And the pound was running away with itself. I could have chased it. But the problem with that is, if I'm chasing the market, I'm not being patient. And if I'm not being patient, I'm not trading, I'm gambling. And that's a dangerous combination. Very dangerous. So all you do is you just wait. I was waiting for this since 7 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get in for a few hours. And then when I did, you've just seen the result. And I do the same thing over and over. I break the charts down the same way over and over. And then I manage it the same way over and over. And when we have our sort of face-to-face Zoom calls and they ask me, and they say, what do you think of such and such a chart? I always break it down the same way. And most of the time, I come to the same conclusion. You know, favourable. So that's me trading. These videos are really just to show consistency, give you a little bit of advice if that's what you need as well. Do put in the comments what you think, and I genuinely try to address them. If you want to see exactly how I trade and where that process is, do come along to the Discord group. You'll find where the scruff. There's links for all of that in the description below. If pennies are tight, there is a free Telegram. You can go along there. And again, the guys, they're very good. There's no dickheads allowed and there's no sellers allowed. So it's a nice, clean area to trade. And while you're in the description, check out the 5%ers and BlackBull, our preferred broker and prop firm. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.